Hello, this is Miss Knowlton. Today I'm going to work with you in your STAAR Master. Even though I can't be here, the cool thing about SNAG is we can kind of still work together. It is Sunday afternoon. It's gorge outside, so I'm working in my backyard again. You know how I like to do that. So you might be able to hear the water fountain kind of running in the background, but that's supposed to be soothing and peaceful, right? Okay, so you should be on page 89 in your STAAR Master. We're going to go ahead and get started. I want you to work with me. Anything I do, you do, just like we do in class together. It says Mr. Riggs is building a deck in his backyard. The deck will be 16 feet long and 8 feet wide. How can Mr. Riggs determine the perimeter of the deck? Okay, the big fat keyword here is perimeter, okay? And I know that this side is 8 and this side is 16. Now remember, how do we find perimeter? We find perimeter side plus side plus side. I only have two sides here, but what I know is if this side is 8, then this side is 8. And if this side is 16, this side is 16. Whoops. Okay. There we go. Alright, it's not as easy to draw with your finger on a mouse as you might think. Now, okay, I should be looking for an answer that says 8 plus 16 plus 16 plus 8. Uh-oh, it's not there. Now, I know A can be out. A's out because it only says 16 plus 8. A's out. B says 16 times 8. Well, 16 times 8 is how I'd find the area, so that's not a good answer. Oops, I thought I did that better. There we go. And C says 16 times 2. Well, 2 is not even a number clue up here, so guess what? It's out. The best answer is D. Now, D is saying the same thing as what we do when we say 16 plus 8 plus 8, because it's times 2 on both of them. All right. Let's go down to number 2. Mr. Alley bought a box of 48 tea bags. The box was 14 by 11 centimeters on the top and 7 centimeters high. Mr. Alley wanted to know the volume of the box. Ruh-roh, we hadn't done volume, but I know you've done it with Mr. W, so let's go ahead and talk about it. Remember, volume equals length times width. Ooh. Times height. Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. Our keyword here is volume. Now this time they haven't really labeled our picture for us, so we need to go back and we need to look for those number clues. 48 tea bags. Well, 48 tea bags doesn't have anything to do with the size of the box. Okay. But 14 by 11 does. Whenever I see that, that's length and width right there. So I know the length is 14. The width is, this is 11. Whoa. And then the height, which will be right here, is 7. And remember, how do we find volume? Length times width times height. Okay. There's only 2 answers that have 2 multiplication symbols in them, so we know A is out, B is out. Let's see which ones have the same numbers that we have. Well, the only one that matches our numbers is C, so the best answer is C. D is out. Okay, number 3. Remember, you should be following along with me. If you need to pause to get caught up, the video is very easy to pause. Just pause and press play so you can get caught up. Tom is building a garden that is 11 meters long and 7 meters wide. He wants to put a fence around the garden. How many meters of fencing does Tom need? All right, so this story problem doesn't tell us what it's looking for. It doesn't tell us if it's looking for area, perimeter, or volume, but it does say this word here. He's putting a fence around. Okay, now what is the only one of those 3 where we say the word around the rim? Remember what it is? its perimeter. So I'm going to draw a rectangle. There's Tom's yard. That's awesome. Okay, and I know that it's 7 meters, I'm sorry, 11 meters. 11, come on, work with me here. Really? Okay, 11 meters here and here, and 7 meters here and here. Oops, my 11 didn't work out there. All right, so to find perimeter, what do we do? Side plus side plus side. Let's add 11 plus 11, 22. 22 plus 7, 29. 29 plus 7, 36. So Tom's fence is going to be 36 meters. Number 4, Devin installed carpet in his living room shown below. How many square feet of carpet did Devin need to cover the entire floor of his living room? Okay, this one is pretty tricky because it's not a normal rectangle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it off into 2 rectangles. Okay, that's not an awesome line. Did you see what I've done here? Okay, so now this whole part is 15. This part is 12. So that means that this from here to here is 15 minus 12, which is 3. So knowing that that is 3 is helpful. Okay, and that means that this isn't 15 anymore. This is 12. Okay, so 12 plus 3 is 15. Now I can find the area. Okay, so first I'm going to find the area of this big part of his carpet. Area equals length times width. Okay, length times width. The length is 12, the width is 12. 12 times 12 is 144. On the next page, I may try a text box instead and see what happens there. Okay, but that's not the whole size of his room. I still have this little part here. So now I need to find out the area of that. 3 times 6, length times width, 3 times 6 is 18. So I'm going to add those two together. Okay. And since this is really hard, I'm going to talk it out. You guys kind of write it as I talk it out. 4 plus 8 is 12. 2 goes down, 1 goes up. 1 plus 4 plus 1 is 6. Okay, and then 1 plus nothing is 1. So you have 162. So here's what's important, especially on STAAR tests. You need to get your place value correct. So in here you'd want to write 1, 6. Ooh, that doesn't really look like it's 6, but close enough. 162. 162. You don't have anything over here. If it makes you feel good, put zeros there. But just remember that we're not going to bubble those bubbles in. All right, if you need to stop and get caught up, go ahead and pause and get caught up. Otherwise, turn to page 90 with me. Okay, I am going to insert a text box here. I'm going to see if that's helpful or if you're just going to have to put up with my ugly handwriting. Okay, so it says Tom is building a toy box for his grandson. The toy box is shown below. Which expression shows how to find the volume of the toy box? Okay, so remember that volume equals length times width times height. Okay, and they've laid it out there for us. They've laid it out. The length is 3. The height is 2. The width is 1. So we're looking for an answer that says 3 times 2 times 1. There's only one answer there that matches. That answer is A. Okay, so I'm going to let you go ahead and circle A since I'm using the text box. Go down to 2. It says Cody bought a tablecloth that is 60 inches long and 48 inches wide as shown below. What is the area of the tablecloth? All right, they've used that word there, area. Need to box that. What happened? Okay, oops. Okay, we boxed area. We know to find area. How do we area? Length times width times height. Whoops, sorry. How do we find area? Area equals length times width. Okay, so that means that you need to multiply 60 times 48. Okay, the quick way to do that would be to multiply 48 times 6 and then add a 0 at the end. If you need to pause for a second to go ahead and find that out. Okay, so 48 times 6 equals 288, but it's actually 60, so I'm going to add a 0 at the end, so that means the best answer is C. You want to circle C. Let me try to circle it with my pen here. All right, let's go up to number 3. It says Scott installed 4 feet of trim around the window shown below. The window is 4 feet tall. How wide is it? Okay, so again, it doesn't really tell us what we're looking for here, but it does say that he put trim around the window, and we go around. That means that we're finding perimeter. Okay, what we do know is that he has 14 feet total. So I have 4 here, which means this side is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. Okay, 14 minus 8 is 6, but I've got to split 6 up equally between 2 sides. And if I cut 6 down the middle, what do I get? I get 3. Okay, let's go to number 4. The new rug in Paul's dining room is shown below. What is the perimeter of the new rug? There's that word, perimeter. Okay, not perfect, but you guys get the idea. Now, this time they haven't counted it out for us, but they've showed us that each square equals 1. So to find the perimeter, we need to count. So I'm going to start here with the width. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let me make sure I did that right. Yep, okay. So this side is 10. And remember, if this side is 10, that means this side is 10. Okay, let's count the height. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, if this side is 8, that means this side is 8. Okay, how do we find perimeter? We go around the rim. So let's add around the rim. Okay, 10 plus 8 is 18. 18 plus 10 is 28. 28 plus 8 is 36. The perimeter is C, 36 feet. Awesome. Okay, again, if you need to pause the video at this point, pause the video. If you don't, then let's turn to page 91. Okay. Page 91 says, number 1 says, Kieran is baking brownies, yum, in the pan shown below. What is the volume of Kieran's pan? Okay, so again, volume is our key word. I need to change this to so I can write. Okay, volume is our key word that we want to put a box around. Volume equals length times width times height. Okay, y'all are so impressed with my handwriting right now, I can tell. All right, so I have got the length, the width, and the height. Okay, the length times width, 8 times 12 is, drum roll please, 72. No, gosh, no, 96. Whoops. The length is 96. Now, 96, I want to take 96 times 1.5. Okay, wow, that's amazing. Okay, so 96 times 1.5. Why don't you go ahead and pause the video, find your answer. Remember just to multiply like a regular 2-digit times 2-digit, and then put your decimal point in. Okay, all right, I hope you paused and you found that 96 times 1.5 is 144. Okay. Number 2. Jim is putting frosting around the border of a cake. What is it, cake, brownie? I'm starving all of a sudden. The cake is 9 inches wide as shown below. The total distance around the cake is 44 inches. How long is it? All right, so it doesn't really tell us what to do here, but it does say around. When we're talking about around, we're going around the perimeter. Okay, now we know if this side is 9, this side is 9. Okay, if I add 9 plus 9, I get 18. Well, the total was 44. So I'm going to take 44, take away those 18, and that leaves me with 26. Well, how many sides do I have to split 26 with? 2. So if I cut 26 down the middle, I'm going to get 13. Best answer is B. Okay, let's go to number 3. You're almost done listening to me, although I know you've got to be enjoying it. Number 3. A college football field is 120 yards long, 53 1/3 yards wide. Which expression could be used to find the perimeter of the field? Okay, perimeter. Usually what we do is side plus side plus side plus side. That means we're taking both sides times what? How many sides is there in a rectangle? 2. So I know that this is not right. That's only 2 sides. I know I don't subtract, and I know I have to add in there. So C is out. A, oops, that didn't work. Nope. Get out of here, C. A is the best answer. Okay, go to number 4 with me. Beverly, remember, anytime you need to pause and get caught up, you can pause and get caught up. That's just fine. Beverly is making a nameplate for a friend. She wants to glue ribbon along the edges of the plate. She has 72 centimeters of ribbon. Which nameplate below could Beverly make if she wanted to use all of her ribbon? Okay, so again, it doesn't tell us what, if it's area or perimeter, but it does tell us that she's going along the edges. And when we go along the edges, we're finding perimeter. Okay, so let's just go along the edges. 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, same as 6 times 4, which is 36. Okay, and it says she wants to use all of it, so 36 doesn't use all of it. Let's try this here. 16 plus 20 gives me 36, plus 16, 36 plus 16, 2, carry the 1, 52, plus 20 gives me 72. That sounds good. 8 plus 9 is 17, plus 17 again, that's 34. That's out. Okay, here is 72. If I take 72, 30 plus 42 is 72, times 2, that's going to be way too much. The best answer is C. Okay, on your own, you are going to finish pages 92 and 93. Those will be for homework. Tomorrow, you will also be graded on pages 89, 90, and 91 to make sure that you followed along with me today like you are supposed to. Remember, you've got a big dojo goal coming up. You can earn dojos today for also being on your best behavior for Miss Hernandez. All right, I miss you guys. I'll be busy making cookies for you. I'll see you on Tuesday. Take care.